I got Gamecast. Gamecast? Well, there's GameCube and then there's Dreamcast. What you got? Well, I said I got Gamecast, man. Damn.
Do you remember anything about Ape Escape?
So I remember renting it as a kid, like when I had a PS2. No, this was what, like before that. I had a PlayStation 1.
Yeah, it was on the PlayStation 1.
And I played the shit out of it when I rented it. And then I specifically remember it because after that I went and got my hair cut and was like, I want this. Because all I remembered was this guy had a laser, like had a laser sword.
Yeah.
And to me, as like,
if I have his hair, I can get a laser sword. I
was like 7.
He's got anime hair.
Yeah, he does. And this is the first time I'd ever seen anime hair. I was like, I want that. That looks great. It's like a 6 or 7-year-old. And then my obsession for wanting anime hair got worse. Because about that time, I think it was, that I started watching Toonami.
Yeah.
And they had Gundam. I think it was Wing. They had some really old Gundam show and then Zoids and shit like that.
Yeah.
So you gonna take the reins on this? Or
Yep, I'm gonna take the reins on this one. I played many an hour of Ape Escape as a little boy. What's funny is I don't know if I've actually beaten it. I don't remember the ending. I know I got really far. And it gets really hard.
Like,
so we'll see how this goes.
Like, I've played an Ape Escape game. Cause later on, when I got a PS2, I saw this Ape Escape game that I bought on the spot, thinking, "Oh my God, Ape Escape was amazing!" And it's just this terrible.
Is that Ape Escape 3 that I always see at your house?
No. Okay, so I bought this really weird Ape Escape game that's like, it's basically Mario game, like Mario mini games, if that makes sense, style.
It said Ape Escape?
It said Ape Escape. It is Ape Escape. It's all the it's Ape Escape characters and like monkeys and stuff, except for instead of any like catching monkeys or anything, you're just competing in this weird tournament.
Uh-huh.
So it's just a bunch of mini games where it's like, okay, row the boat faster, and like beat them in this race, and like, oh, here's a sword fighting mini game, and yada yada yada, and the whole thing is somebody was putting on a tournament.
Yeah.
And you had to win in order to do something, and I don't remember what or who or what the fuck. And I played the shit out of it, but at the same time I was like in elementary school at the time when I bought this, I think. And I was like, this is okay. And then later I came across Ape Escape 3, which I did buy.
I've only ever played Ape Escape 1. Like, I remember every time I went over to your house, like, before realizing that I had this, like, refinding it,
yeah,
I would see that case, and I would say, Ape Escape! Oh, it's that.
You've never played it, you don't know. It's not bad.
No, but it's not the one. Like, I could have played it, I probably should play it, but, like, it wasn't what I thought it was. And I think, like, every time I saw it, I had that same pang of disappointment, so I never actually wanted to play it.
No, yeah, it's not what you're expecting, and that's one of the worst things, is when one of the worst things is putting something in your mouth that's not what you thought it was.
In the mouth. Okay.
Well,
that works. That makes sense. I wouldn't want a surprise in my mouth.
Yeah, because it's like a while back, I went into my fridge and I saw the pie. And I kept seeing this pie in the fridge that somebody had left. And I'm like, oh yeah, somebody left some pumpkin pie in here. Somebody left some pumpkin pie in here. And it eventually got down to like 2 pieces, and I hadn't eaten any of it. And one night I was like, you know what? Nobody's eaten any of this. I'll finish it off. And I grab a piece and just take a bite. And it was not pumpkin pie at all. It was just a very orangish peanut butter pie.
Ew.
Which, I love peanut butter pie, but at the time, it was so shocking and disgusting that I kind of just spit it out on the floor.
Bleh.
And I was so disgusted that I just didn't want anything at that point. Which I think I saw a
Oh, yeah.
a Chinese, like a restaurant in like China or Europe or someplace, where it specializes in making food that looks like other food. So I think they mostly did desserts and stuff, but it actually looked like hamburger. But it was actually made up of like cake and
I already figured that out,
sauces
Professor.
and stuff like that.
No.
Now you gotta hit him with a stun rod, and then you hit him with a net.
Well, that's the monkey. I don't... Come here, monkey. I don't remember. Do you have to stun them first, or can you just catch them?
From my base remembrance, I'm pretty sure you got to stun, but I could be wrong. Also, in Ape Escape 3, which is where
This still feels really good.
like where I'm remembering most of this from, they threw in like weird mechanics in and out, because like the entire game is like movie references.
Oh, they took it in that direction?
Kinda. They're like movie and other game references, if I'm remembering correctly. Because apparently, like a lot of the, from what I remember, there was at least a Hollywood level, if not most, like a majority of the game took place in Hollywood, and you kept going from movie set to movie set. And so the monkeys are just making movies. And you'll walk in on a scene to a movie where it's just like two monkeys at a wedding, and you just walk in to the chaplain. They're like, and like one monkey looks up and is like marrying. I think it was marrying a toilet for some reason. I don't know. It was just weird shit like that. And then they threw in other weird mechanics. Like at some point, there's a fight where you got in a Gundam and fought another monkey in a Gundam.
Gundam?
Well, not a Gundam like.
It's like a mech.
Trademark, but you know what I mean. Just a mech.
Oh boy. And that fourth monkey's hiding up on a fucking cliff. You can't get him till later. You did great. Thank you, Misty. Or whatever your name is.
Thank you, Ape Escape.
Welcome to the time station. Oh, this is the mini games. And over here. Is this the mini games? Oh, this is where you get your upgrades, your weapons and stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, whenever you get a new one, it like shows up on one of these TVs and you can go through the training again.
I'm remembering this.
It's all coming back to me.
Not all of it, just very, very particular pieces. I just remember having a net and having to swim under a thing.
Minigame corner. Oh, I am at 2%. Okay, and then there's the save. There's a big dumb PS1 memory card.
Oh my god. So when I first got
there
my
it goes.
PlayStation, I remember there was this very, very dark time where I got it as a birthday present when I was really, really young.
Oh yeah, there's info on every monkey you catch. He's Noonan. He has helmet hair. Wants to watch wrestling, Jargy. And Nadi dances to loud music.
But what kind of music? It matters.
No, it's just loud. It just needs to be loud.
He doesn't give a shit.
No.
But there was this really dark period because I was like, I don't remember how old. It was really close after the PS1 came out though, and they got it for me. And I at this point all I knew about video games was I liked the normal Game Boy, because like my great grandmother or great aunt who took care of us all the time had bought one, and I used to play that all the time, and I had a Sega.
Okay, I gotta get used to how this camera works, because the only way to control the camera is to hit this button, and it'll switch to wherever he's looking.
Oh yeah, that back in those dark ages. But I had a Sega, and I played it until eventually I was playing during a storm, and it got fried.
Oh, yeah.
Because you used to have to worry about that every time the lightning struck. Which is when I found that unfortunate fact of life out. And so they got me a PlayStation, and we didn't know what a memory card was. Because there wasn't really, like, this was a time when we didn't have internet, and all they knew was, oh yeah, this is a new video game thing. So they bought it for me, and they also bought, I think I had Spyro and something else.
Yeah.
I had like 2 games, and I kept renting games. But no memory card, no idea what it was. Games kept referring to it, and then my parents didn't buy one for the longest time. So
everything was just on, like, super hard mode?
Every time I rented a game, I just wouldn't turn it off for the 3 to 4 days to make it as far as possible. And the next time I'd rent it, I would play that part again, like, and try to, like fly through all of it that I'd done before.
I don't think it's up.
I think I eventually bought a PlayStation 1 memory card when I bought, like, I had a birthday, I got money, and then I bought that and Digimon World 3. It took a while.
But, boy. Ah, boy. I'm gone. Oh, this is sick.
That is a great sound effect.
What, when he catches the monkey?
Yeah.
Have fun. Thanks, guys. I don't remember if this green elf time lady is ever explained.
She's supposed to be hot. That's why she's wearing that skin-tight suit that you can see her cooch through.
Hello, Harvey.
Can I help you?
You'll drown. Okay, there's a fucking... Yeah, that's it. There it is. They can't see you when you do this.
Wait, who? Oh, okay.
Hey, no. Come back.
So wait.
Yeah.
It's just a reduced visibility thing by going prone.
Damn.
You're saying that you're completely invisible if you just go in the fetal position.
Yep. They won't see you. No. Come back.
Don't we have to stun?
I'm pretty sure you can just catch him. It's just harder. Gotcha. Motherfucker. Jump onto a tree.
Just rub your nuts on.
You tried the two-step? Okay, I didn't actually read that. Is there one button that says jump? This is the double jump. Yeah, it just didn't take when I did it. So I could go. Get you, monkey. Still didn't do it, but okay. Mug it down.
I might have to buy this game again.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because I know that the Vita has a really large library of PlayStation 1 games.
Oh boy.
I just bought that Vita.
Wandered down the Vita hole.
I did wander down the Vita hole. But it's so good. But it has so much shit that I forgot about. Or like didn't know about. Because I forgot that it had a touchscreen on the front.
I didn't even know the Vita had a touchscreen.
Like, I remembered hearing about it, but I forgot completely about it.
Yeah.
Except for one of the PlayStation Plus games that came out. Is basically just mini games where you're just kind of playing around with that. Like, it's called Little Deviants or something. Yeah, no, it's Little Deviants. And it's just little mini games, and they utilize a lot of the weirder functions on the Vita. So it's got a really nice responsive touchscreen on the front, which I found out about when I first bought it, because in order to like open it, you gotta peel the screen off, because it's got a little like just a peely thing, and you just drag and hold and drag, and it just peels off, and then you play through. You actually open up the system. You do that anytime you unlock it. But through the Little Deviants thing, I found out it's also got like a full like accelerometers and everything. So the whole like turning and tilting thing is also functionality within it. And then the weird part, which is it's got a touchscreen on the back.
On the back?
Yeah.
Why on the back?
The back is a touchscreen too, just for extra inputs.
Huh. Alright.
So they were basically like, hey
There it
Nintendo,
is.
you've got one touchscreen, how about two? Plus they have better graphics. I don't know how the 3DS won the war.
Back up. Oh, damn it.
Don't know how the 3DS won the war. Well, I do know actually. It's because the Vita didn't get that much first-party support. Because unfortunately, they went the route of choosing to have a really good, like, graphics card in the Vita, which you'd think would mean that that would make it the better platform for games and stuff. Except the big thing that makes a lot of developers go towards mobile games, as far as like the Pokemon games love to be on DSs and stuff, and other platforms like to be on, or other publishers like to publish to the DS, thanks to the fact that it's a cheaper thing to develop for. Like, the graphics aren't that great, and they know that, which means that that's a lot less money that they have to spend, because they don't have to do super high-resolution graphics or anything like that. The sound is usually kind of limited to a certain range, and then that means that you can save on space on that to fit it on the cartridge. Everything really works out to be really cheap and effective for development. But then you've got things like the Vita, which has like, I don't know, I haven't looked up the specs on it, but as far as the graphics look, it looks like it outperforms a PS2 even.
Wow.
Which means that if you are like a first-party guy first-party publisher that's trying to make a game for it, you've got to spend the money into those kind of graphics and all of the mechanics that you can really put into it, so it's a lot more expensive, and they're not like, it never got proven as like that solid platform outside of Japan, because there just wasn't great sales on it, so a lot of publishers dropped off, which is why it lost all of its first-party support. So now most of the games coming out for it are just PlayStation 1 games that keep getting ported.
Yeah.
Which is cool, because that library is fucking huge. And then just Japan keeps making more and more games and localizing them over here. And I'm still probably going to end up buying a couple of weird Japanese Gundam games.
Yeah.
Because thank God they didn't region lock their fucking system.